Hi guys! So, I am filming this video because I have gotten, since today, January 14th, I met John Cena. And for those of you who don't know, I'm going to give you a little background information on this. Once upon a time, about 9.5 years ago, cousins and family friends have always been super into WWE. Say what you want about it, but honestly, I could care less, because I like it. So, I always thought it was pretty lame. I never saw the point behind it, except once when my brother and my cousins were watching SmackDown about June 27th, 2002, and it was the night of John Cena's debut, and it was this new wrestler, and everyone thought he was just a clown, and I just thought he was so cute. And keep in mind, I was like, I don't know, like 9 at the time, so I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I love this guy. I'm gonna love this guy forever. And since that day, like, I started getting super into wrestling. I got into John Cena, and since like 4th grade, I've always been known as Dina Cena, Mrs. Cena. I always used to sign all my papers Dina Cena, like all my notebooks Mrs. Cena, like everything like that. Room was covered in posters. I have every single merch item of his that you could possibly imagine. I was just like a hardcore fan. And I remember people always just made fun of me for it, and they just, even to this day, people are like, you really still like WWE, you really like John Cena, that's lame, like, whatever. But honestly, like, if you've never been a fan of something, and if you've never felt the passion for a certain band or a certain icon, super WWE superstar, just a person, you'll just never really understand what I've gone through, all the hate and all the pretty much being bullied back in the day for just liking something that other people didn't like. And through the years, I've just grown up and I've gotten stronger, and I've realized, why care what other people think? Like, I don't mean to get super sentimental and everything here, like, but why do you care what people think? If you like that band, if you like that superstar, if you like so-and-so, like them. Why should it matter what other people think when only you know the impact that person has made in your life? And WWE and John Cena have made the biggest impact in my life, and I've been following this for so long, and just seeing John Cena every time he's came here, and after all my struggles and everything of trying to meet him, it just seemed to have never had wanted to happen for me. Every time I had a set time to meet him, or I had a plan to meet him, something would always go wrong and it wouldn't happen. And honestly, I was getting so close to giving up. Like, John Cena's motto is never give up, and I always keep that in the back of my head every day, and that's honestly what has made me like a stronger person, as corny and pathetic as that might sound. This is my pretending to care face, because I really don't. I love him, and I don't care what anyone says. I know I sound like an obsessive fangirl right now, but I'm almost 18 years old. When everyone told me, you're going to stop loving John Cena in high school, you're gonna get over that phase once you get to 9th or 10th grade. And it's funny because still nothing has changed, still the same dedicated fan that I have been and always will be. And today, January 14th, 2012, I got to meet my hero, John Cena, and I don't think words can honestly describe how I feel. Like, it's like waiting for something for so long. Like, waited 9.5 years for this day, and I've gone through so much for this guy, and it's just, like, last night, my friend David, who I owe so much to and is honestly the greatest guy ever, and David, if you're watching this, thank you so much. You are honestly the best person ever. And he texted me telling me, since WWE was in Yakima last night and I live in Seattle, it's a few hour drive, so I didn't go because I never really had any friends who have been super into WWE in my town. Like, everyone just kind of lives out of state, so all my WWE friends live around the world, so it kind of sucks. So David texts me up saying, Cena and some other wrestlers are going to be at Seatac Airport tomorrow. If you can get down there early, you'll probably get to meet him. And honestly, I was just like, maybe this is my shot. Like, let's do it. So I told my uncle, and him and my brother, we go down there this morning, and we hang out at the airport for a few hours, and there's a couple of fans there. And so we get to the airport, and it's me, my uncle, my brother, and we run into some fans there. There are probably like 5 or 6 of them, like 3 ladies, a guy, and like 2 little kids, and they're wearing like John Cena shirts, so I'm just super excited. I'm like, at least I'm not the only one here. And so this man who's there with his like family, he's like telling me, he's like, who do you want to meet? Because a couple wrestlers were coming down, and I was like, I would be okay with meeting anyone, because I've already met a couple wrestlers from all the events I've been to, but it will forever be like my life goal to meet John Cena. This has been the #1 goal on my bucket list, like ever since I've created a bucket list, and it's just something that I've just been dying to cross off. And I was telling him about this, and he's like, I met Cena about 4 times, and he's like showing me these pictures and telling me these stories, and his wife goes, oh, that's funny, look who's right behind you. And John Cena is walking through the airport, and at this point, I'm just like, this is a dream. Like, I have dreamed about this moment so many times, and I can't even begin to express to you how I felt when I saw him so close, and he was there, and I was going to meet him, and this was my moment. And so there John is checking in, and this guy goes over to him, and he's like, that fan over there is dying to meet you, you should go over and meet her. So he comes over and takes a picture with the little kids, and it's my turn to meet him, and I'm literally like starstruck. I'm crying. I've never cried. I've met a lot of people, and I've never cried meeting anyone, and just when I met him, I just lost it. Like, all my emotions came over me, and I just started bawling, and I just look at him, and I'm like, can I hug you? And he's like, he just laughs at me, and he gives me the warmest smile, and he hugs me for literally a good 10 seconds, and it is the warmest, best hug that I've ever received in my life. And he's like, sure, people seem to like to do that, and I'm thinking to myself, well, duh, do you know who you are? Like, yeah. And so I'm just like crying into his shirt, and I'm telling him, I'm like, I've been supporting you for so long, I'm such a huge fan, thank you for everything, I love you. And he's just like, thank you for coming out, thank you so much. And I'm like shaking, and he's like, are you okay, sweetie? You're shaking. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then my brother takes a picture of us, and my brother was like, he's like, oh, can we take one more? And then he tells my brother, he's like, keep a steady hand there, boy. And it was just like the happiest moment of my life. He was so nice, and this moment is the moment I have dreamed about for so long, and I honestly don't care what anyone has to say about it. It's just like, everyone has their own goals and things they want to do in life, and that was one of mine. And the fact that after almost 9.5 years, I can cross it off my bucket list and say I met my hero and he was amazing, that is just enough for me. And all those people who used to make fun of me, and all my teachers and everyone in my life, whoever said it's a 1 in a million shot that you would meet him, well, I got my 1 in a million chance today, and I am so grateful. And I just wanted to make this video mainly not to be a corny freak. I just wanted to address this because I've been getting so many questions, and people have just been asking me, like, texts and tweets and phone calls and Facebook posts and messages and everything. So I just wanted to make a video and just talk about it. The moral of my story is just don't give up on your dreams. Like, if I could meet John Cena, anything is possible. You can do anything you want. You just have to be determined and dedicated and put your heart into it. And know that it might not work out the first time or the second time or even the 10th time, but eventually, if you put your heart and soul into your dreams, they will come true. And my dream came true today, and I'm honestly the happiest person in the world right now, and I'm so ecstatic, and this is really embarrassing, but it was the most surreal moment of my life, and I will forever forever keep this in my mind, and I will never forget it. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the love that I've been getting, for like people have been tweeting me and texting me and Facebooking me, telling me how happy they are for me, just because just about everyone and their mothers knows that I have been crazy about John Cena for so long, and the fact that I finally got to meet him and just be like, remember when you told me I couldn't meet him? Well, I just did, and that's just the best feeling in the world. And yeah, so follow your dreams, never give up. And John Cena, if you ever seem to come across this video, thank you so much for everything. I honestly love you more than anything, and you are my hero and my inspiration, and just thank you so much. Bye guys, thanks for watching.